Hi, and welcome to day 3. You're still with it? Unbelievable. In today's class, we're going to look at twisting in yoga. So we're going to see if we can apply breath, bandha, and drishti to twisting and what that looks like. Let's begin seated. Find a comfortable seat and let yourself relax into your seat while still remaining tall through your spine. Bring your awareness to your breath. Notice where it feels like your breath originates from. And when you breathe out, notice where it feels like it goes back to. And open your eyes, keeping your focus on this expansion from your breath. And come into extended child's pose. So in extended child's pose, the big toes are together. Oh, thanks for the kisses, Bear. The knees are wide enough for the ribs to fit in between. I also call him Bear. Bear and Ollie. He has 2 names. And as you stretch, I should do the introduction again. As you stretch through your side ribs, let your head drop down. Lift your gaze towards your hands and walk your hands over to the right. Left hand towards the right side of your mat. You can prop your right elbow up to get a little bit more lean into the left side and opening into the left side. And I want you to imagine like your side body here, or like the gills of a fish, your side ribs. And as you breathe in, almost like you could breathe in through those side ribs. And as you breathe out, imagine the gills closing. So those intercostal muscles are chronically tight and they restrict our breath flow. So getting into the intercostals will help to increase the flow of prana through the body, or life force energy. Come back to center and change sides. So it's just one of the many reasons why our yoga practice makes us feel so good. It's because this life force energy that pervades all of creation, moves through us, can be channeled better if our bodies are more open, or if they're stronger and more flexible, and if we can breathe better. So these yoga poses are attempting to open up the energy channels so that prana flows through the body better. Come back to center and stretch into your first down dog. Then check it out. Walk your hands back to your feet. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Now, if your shoulders are tight, you could use a strap, a towel, a t-shirt, whatever you got at home. But as you interlock the hands, let your head drop. And then take your feet shoulder distance apart. And then from here, drop your buttocks down towards your heels as low as you can. and lift your hands up. If your butt drops down, though, you can lift the hands up. If your butt's stuck right here, you can just reach the hands forward. And then lift the butt up. Interlock the hands behind the back and reach up and over. Drop your butt down. Stretch forward with your arms if your butt's here, or up in the air if your butt's down. Again, lift the hips up, interlock, and stretch. Last one, drop your butt, reach up. Put your hands down on the ground and walk back out into dog. And then we're going to do the child's to up dog. So set your knees down and reach your hips back with the toes curled under. Then come back up and let your hips come towards your wrists. And as you grip your buttocks down, you can roll your chest open up and up to the front of the spine. And then lift your hips and stretch back into the child's. Come back up to the modified up dog. Buttock squeezes in and down. Contract your back muscles as you open up the front. Lift up and stretch back again. Let the front draw in more to open up the back. So think more like a cat spine in this one. And back into up dog. And think cow spine, rolling the front open. This is how a cow spine looks. Now I'm thinking like, from cat cow. And then stretch back. Close the front down to open up the back. And then stretch back into down dog. Okay, we're going to try a twisty dog. Are you ready for this one? A little tricky here. Lift your heels up and spin your heels over to the right, twisty dog. And then when you get back into those gills, can you feel the stretch in the side body? Keep reaching your hips up and back. Spin your heels back up and over to the left. Get that right side stretch. Goes up a little bit higher in this one, I feel like. Heels back up. Look forward. Step walker hop to the top. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Spread your arms, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And as you exhale, step back, plank position. Now in plank, pull your right knee up to your chest and round through your back. As you inhale, reach back into three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your left armpit. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, step your foot up to your thumb. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, come up. Raise your arms. Now stretch your arms straight out in front of you. Pretend like your right hip and knee were against the wall. So without your right hip and knee moving, draw up through your middle and then turn your rib cage to take your right arm back. So if you glance down at your right leg, you should see that your ankle, your knee, your hip are on a track. Reach with your left arm forward as you reach with your right arm back. And at the same time, reach down through the tip of your tail and reach up through your crown. All this without being rigid. Should still feel that the breath can move with ease. Then plant your left hand down onto the ground. Lift your back knee up. Glance at your right leg. Ankle, knee, hip. Boom. Got it. Now, lift through your back thigh and look for a line from your back ankle through the crown of your head, through your spine. If you're not sure, you're like, well, I can't see myself from outside myself, then you could always look in a mirror or something. Bring your hand back down. You could have somebody take a picture of you or set up your phone and take a selfie. Plank position. From plank pose, pull your left knee up into your chest. Push the ground down. As you inhale, reach up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your right armpit. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, step your foot all the way up. Drop your back knee. Inhale, come up. Get tall up over your right knee. Line up the left. And twist. We can try an opening twist from this one. It's a little more tricky. See if you could still find your points of alignment. Up over your tail. Tail reaches down. Left leg lines up. Reach with right arm forward as left arm reaches back. And then breathe. Don't let go of the elasticity of your side ribs. You can still breathe horizontally. Then plant the right hand down. Left arm up. Lift the back knee. Okay, now look for an angle from your back ankle through your spine. Got that? Still got the left leg, check, check. And you can reach down through the right arm as the left arm reaches up to help to rotate more, but you still have the elongation of the spine. Breath is flowing, eyes are soft, you're practicing your drishti, whether you're looking up or straight ahead, practicing that more peripheral vision, the full 180 degrees, so the eyes stay soft and it's a more meditative gaze. Bring your hand down, step to plank pose, downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up behind you. Keep your ribs in as you stretch your leg. Exhale, step your foot up by your thumb. Ground through your heel and as you inhale, come up into crescent lunge. So we got that neutral from yesterday. Ankle, knee, hip lined up. Pelvis faces forward. Now hands to prayer. Lean out over your knee. And without your right knee twisting, twist to your right knee. Bring the left elbow to the knee. So don't let the right knee twist in when you go. Press into your right heel, big toe and little toe mound. Feel the right outer hip muscles. Those are your stabilizers. And the stronger those get, the better it helps with your balance and your gait cycle, how you walk. Good. From here, bring your hands down to the mat. Step to plank pose. Should we take a vinyasa? Let's do a vinyasa. Lower to chaturanga. I'm going to show with knees down, but you can do it with legs straight if you like. Slowly to elbow height. Pause. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Show cobra, but you can go for the full up dog if you like instead. Then stretch back to down dog. This is a collaborative effort. I'm asking you throughout it. We can raise your left leg up. Should we do it? What do you think? Should we take the left leg up? Okay, good. Then step the left foot. Inhale, come up. Crescent lunge. later on, we'll even do choose your own adventure story. See if you can, it'll be path A or path B. Those are the funnest. Rotate through your triceps, lift up through your elbows. Then hands to prayer, lean out over your knee and twist without the knee caving in. Look down, bring the hands down, step back, plank position. Take a vinyasa or just stretch back into down dog. Knees down or legs straight. Lower to chaturanga for the vinyasa. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Show the up dog this round. Exhale, down dog. Then set your knees down onto the ground. And step your right foot forward. Reach your elbows up. With your right hand, take your left elbow. We'll go your right foot to the right just a little. Now lift up through your elbows and then side bend over to your right. Even more opening through the side body here. Turn your gaze up towards your elbow. Good, come back up, elbow down, change legs. With your left hand, take your right elbow, lift up, little butt squeeze for pelvic stability, side bend to your left, and start to look up towards your elbow. Come back up and release. So we're going to see if all that opening through our shoulders and our armpits can help with our dolphin pose, preparation for headstand. If you're already a headstand, you're welcome to go into that pose. Otherwise, we're going to try dolphin. So let's just start by interlocking the hands and taking them up overhead. Now, can you feel when you go to lift your elbows up overhead with the hands like this? Can you feel how your middle and rib cage want to reach forward? Can you try not to do that? Just chill a little bit. Can you try to keep the ribs in more so that your rib cage aims more down towards your pelvis? This will help to integrate your core and also help your respiratory diaphragm to be in balance with the pelvic diaphragm so you can breathe better. Now, it's not wrong to arch the back. Of course, we want to be able to arch the back, etc. But when we call for stability, we want to be able to find it. Okay, now let's try this upside down. Set your elbows down. The head is going to stay off the ground. Elbows right underneath the shoulders. Lift up. Now, because the hips are in flexion, it's easier to keep the ribs up, but the upper back will want to round. So imagine I have my knee in your upper back. Don't let the upper back round, but still lift up in your middle as you lift your hips. See if you can walk in closer. To challenge yourself more, try taking one leg up. Hey, Ollie. Change legs. Lower that leg and drop into child's pose. Good boy. Then come to kneeling. Now, if kneeling bothers your knees, you could do this from seated instead, with your feet in front of you. You can go like this. We'll get a chest opener, shoulder stretch, whether you're with your feet in front or if you're doing it from kneeling. Now, whichever one you do, reach the buttocks out of the lower back, roll the fronts of the shoulders open, feel the shoulder blades plug onto the back. And as you open up your heart, feel that there's a lift from the base of your spine, from your pelvic floor all the way up towards the roof of your mouth, towards your crown. You can start to lift your hips up if you feel the strength in your arms and your core enough to do it, if you have enough flexibility. Engage your glutes to open the front of the hips. Engage your back muscles to open your chest. Then lower your buns back down and check it out. Lie down onto your side with your knees tucked up at 90. We're going to take the right knee on top, so you're lying on your left side. And just let your head rest. Now take your right arm up and overhead, and then open up to the side and hold here. 5 breaths. Bring your arm back up and over. And change sides. Slide your left arm up, overhead. And open to the side. Roll it back. And press up. Our first seated hip opener of the challenge. Sit with your legs wide apart. Now, if it's difficult to sit up straight in this position, then put junk underneath your trunk. You can take a pillow, some blankets, whatever you need. But you want to be able to sit upright. Then bring your left heel in towards your pubic bone and sit up tall. Then start to turn towards your right inner leg. And this might be your pose, just working on sitting up straight. For many, you could spend about a month here just working on slowly angling yourself. And then you might find that each time you maybe angle a few more degrees, until one day you could catch your foot. But don't force or strain. Be where you're at. Go to where you feel the barrier, and then just be there and breathe. Don't try to jam past the barrier. That's where we run into trouble. So that barrier is set by your nervous system. And when we go into the pose and we breathe calmly and we just relax, then we start to be able to go past where the nervous system has regulated. We start to change that barrier of stretch. It's not by forcing. And come back up. Change sides. Turn to face the leg. And then maybe start to tip out over your leg. So over time, as you become more practiced, you won't need to look at the screen to look at me. You'll just be able to hear from the instructions what we're doing in the practice, so that you can practice your drishti more. Being aware of your breath, your bandha, your position of your energy centers up and down your spine, and your gaze. So here the sit bones root down, and then you can draw energy from the base of the pelvis towards the crown to take you further. In the exhalations, you root down and relax down through the sit bones. Then come back up and check this one out. See if you can bring your left ankle to sit right in the divot between your right ankle bone and your right heel bone. Boom, just like that. And then we can finish for a seated meditation here. You could rest your hands on your knees or in your lap, whatever feels comfortable. Close your eyes and go in. Then bring your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. If you finish this class and you're still with the challenge, let me know. Comment below. I'm still with you. And also hit the like button too. And I hope you enjoyed this class. If you have some more time and you want to lie flat for Shavasana, you're welcome to do that just to completely relax and end the practice. And I'll see you on the mat tomorrow. Have a good one.